everyone. You're welcome to another episode of Welcome Home Converse. My name is Adiola and here is
Welcome, and
Olu.
this is Olu.
And today we'll be talking about something that is very, very sensitive. And before we go into and deep dive into the video, I want to appreciate everyone for following us, for liking, sharing, subscribing to this YouTube channel. We
That's right.
appreciate your help, your support, and thank you for encouraging us. Okay, so let's get into this video.
That's right. Yeah, let's watch the video together and then we'll come right back.
Yes.
This my very smart, sharp, beautiful woman went to Ivy League University in America, came back to Nigeria, met this guy, fell in love, but fell into trouble with the love because this guy she loved her to obsession, which was more like destruction. Was threatened by anything and always wanted her locked up at home. No work, no financial independence. This very sharp, smart young woman, every time I looked at her, tears would fall in my eyes. Maybe she was making some bed sheet in the house, would beat nonsense out of her. One day he beat her, she passed out. He was afraid she had died, but she came round. But with all this trouble that he gave her, at 34, not older, they were both 34, this guy goes to have leukemia. This same wife that he almost killed is the one who took care of him, would sleep literally on the floor at Luth, beside him, watching him. And he died. But he died leaving two children who were going to expensive schools in GRA and a wife that he himself had made incapacitated. And to top his wickedness, he worked in one of the major oil companies. Where he worked, next of kin, his brother. Real life stories, not a tale. Meanwhile, he had left his wife economically incapable. And the value was to be locked up until the children were 21. Just in case she went to marry somebody else, she would not have access. Who will take care of his children? Sometimes when you think you want to do somebody, you do yourself. I'm just telling you stories, real life story, so that you will not allow foolishness to abound in your heart. And at the end of the day, you will work for nothing because you have not tidied up.
All right, now that you've seen the video, we'd like to bring out some important points that we took note of when we were watching the video. Of course, the first time I watched the video, I was angry at what happened. Just angry that that situation happened. I just cannot express my emotion. Pastor Ibukun Awoshika mentioned in that video that you just saw about, the man loved his wife to an obsession, right? So love his wife, and yeah, it's okay to love your wife. It's okay to, I don't know if I should say it's bad that he loved the wife to an obsession. It's okay to love your wife to whatever
Are you going to
extent.
call that love?
Yeah, that's not,
I
we,
don't
we
think
really
that. I
cannot
don't
call
think
that
that is
love.
love. Obsession is not love.
Yeah,
And
well,
love is not obsession.
yeah, I think obsession is just really exaggerating the love, and maybe it's not really the best way to describe the love. It's just, some negative uh, connotation, of the action or whatever was happening, that a person thought that he was loving the wife while doing that.
But how would a man tell me that he loves me and yet takes away the thing that is supposed to empower me?
Yeah. That's unheard of. Well, should I even not say unheard of, because we just actually heard
This is
about
real
it.
life story.
It's a real life
It's
story.
real.
So the first point there
Guys,
is
before we go to the next point, guys, let us know what you think about this video.
about the video
in the comment
in the
section.
comment
Let's
section.
hear. Maybe
Yeah.
you even have someone, someone that this has happened to. Let us hear it in the comment section.
Yeah, this is real. I mean, so the man loved the wife to an obsession. That really, yeah, you should love your wife, but if we're talking about obsession there, that's, connoting something negative. And the next point is he actually beat the wife constantly. So if you love the wife,
You will
you
not.
don't hurt the person. I mean, whether it's the wife or the husband, if you love your husband or love your wife, you don't seek to hurt the person. And then, yeah, well, they didn't tell us the story, but I'm sure maybe after beating the wife, he would say, well, he's sorry, and then they would continue their love journey. Or what do you think?
So that's an issue of domestic violence. Number
Yeah.
one, it took away the power that the woman had.
Well, we'll get to that point. That's a
Actually,
separate
can
point.
anybody take away your power? I
Well, if
think
you let them.
it's part of the things
Yeah.
that we allow love to do to us. Um, marriage, getting married to the wrong person can, involve, has so many layers to it. Like, I'm married to this person, you love me, I love you, and then you take away something that is very, very something I'm very passionate about, something that I love to do, and then you put me in the
Back seat.
back seat. And not just put me in the back seat, you give me beatings every day. Domestic violence is an issue that is ongoing in our society that we need to address.
And we should say no at this point, for all our viewers, we say
Say
no to
no to
domestic
domestic
violence.
violence.
So that is not something that should ever be tolerated. So if you are watching this video right now and you are currently experiencing domestic violence, you should, reach out to the law enforcement in your area. If you're in the U.S., call 911. Report, the partner that is abusing you, or if you wherever you are, just seek the effort of the law enforcement to intervene. So we also saw that the man closed all doors to empowerment for the woman. I mean, the woman just
That's so pathetic.
relocated from the United States, and then she lost the opportunity to be able to, get a job or empower herself. Right? And that's something that shouldn't happen. Men should, seek to empower their wife. And the reason is very obvious because at the end of the day, the man had leukemia and then, could not work and eventually died.
The one of the things that actually eat the camel's back for me was when the guy died. He was sick.
Yeah.
He died and left the woman with, I think,
With
two,
nothing. Well,
two
two
children,
kids, yeah.
two children, and with nothing.
In a private school.
In a private school. In
Very
a private
expensive
school, very
private
expensive
school.
school. Left the lady with two children, with all sorts
Yeah.
of livelihood, and then, giving her more responsibilities to handle.
More burden.
More burden to
Yeah.
handle. That is not nice.
Well, that's actually not what broke the camel's back. Now, the
What
man
broke the
was
camel's back,
working
oh,
in a oil company, so he was rich, right? So that's why they could, afford to send their kids to private school, and I'm sure they were living, luxurious life. But he died, and the wife could not access the fund, maybe retirement fund or insurance or whatever, because he made his brother the next of kin, and that's a pain.
That is a very
That is a
sensitive
pain.
thing. I don't know. So men will tell us they love us. Men will say, I think there's something about the way that men handle certain things. So the society has taught us that the normal way things should go is a boy grows up, goes to school, goes to the university, graduates, gets a job, starts dating, gets married, and starts having children and continues working, and so on and so forth. That's the way the society has, mapped it out for so many
For many people.
for many people. But many people don't actually sit down to know what it means for a man to leave his father and mother and stick to his wife. Not many men have gone through the process of actually sitting down to understand what it actually means to have a family. They just want to just do what every other person is doing, what the society has called them to do, and that is to do what I said before. But having a family is much more than that.
It's much more than that. And I don't want us to take this conversation away and just say, okay, because the man was the one that did something wrong, I don't want you to think that the women also don't, they don't
Right.
do. I'm not saying this particular woman, she had not, shall we say she had not done anything wrong? I mean, she made, because of the situation that she found herself. I mean, she could not make the right decision.
The
She could
things
not go
we
to
do
work.
for love, the
The
things we
things
do-
that you do for love. Love, some say love is blind, but, if your love is blind, get a go-go, because there will be reality that you will face in the course, of the journey, of the love journey, marriage, and all of that. And I think maybe on another episode, we should talk about, whether love is enough in a marriage.
I'm
which,
just worried. I'm just worried that the man actually made his brother his next of kin.
Yeah, that's concerning, and especially the fact that
He has
he
children.
incapacitated. Apart from the fact that they have children, he actually incapacitated the woman
wife.
from working, from going to places where she could be empowered, and then the whole family was depending on the man. Yeah, we should do better, because we're no longer in the olden days where it's just the man that brings the source of livelihood home. Now we're combining resources or looking for ways to not put the burden on just one person.
That's right.
I think just combining efforts. A cord of, how does the Bible put it?
A twofold code.
Twofold.
A threefold cord.
It's not easily broken. So we're stronger together. We're stronger when we combine resources together, and it's not just burdensome on one person.
That's right.
So there's a lot to unpack, and I know that our viewers have actually more. So let's put more comments in the comment section. Let's talk about this, and maybe after your comment, maybe we'll come back and talk, because there's a whole lot. The woman was not empowerment; it was empowered. It was beating the woman, and then at the end of the day, he made his brother the next of kin, so the woman couldn't access the thing, the fund, and the kids couldn't access the fund because they're still minor. They can only access it when they are maybe 21.
I think they actually mentioned that the kids could only access until when they are 21.
Yes.
In the video, right?
In the video, yeah, until they are 21, because they are minors. So now, how are they going to
away everything that the woman could?
And that's not love.
That is wickedness.
That is
actually.
wickedness.
It's wickedness. It's not love.
That's not
That's why
love.
I said the love is not obsession. Love is
Yeah.
not obsession. Obsession is not love. What the guy did is blatant wickedness. He was
Blatant
a
wickedness.
wicked man. He did not love the wife. What he wanted to do was to eat his cake and have it. He
Yeah.
wanted the family. He wanted the wife. He wanted the family, and because that's what the society calls for, and he still ate his cake. And
but you know what? People are watching right now, and somewhere around the world, people are experiencing the same thing. So if you're watching this video, someone who is, experiencing this same situation, they should reach out. Reach out to local law enforcement agency. Reach out to people. I mean, there should be people in the life of, the man or in your life that you should be able to confide in. All right. So if you have someone in your life experiencing the same thing, we encourage you to reach out to law enforcement agency in your area. All right. Thank you very much. That's a wrap on this show right now. You want to close it out for us?
Yes, guys. If you know anyone that is going through this kind of situation, a family member, a family friend, please reach out to them, help them, and let them know that they have a community that can help them out. And don't forget to also reach out to law enforcement agencies if it is getting out of hand. Olu?
Yes, I mean, if the person is experiencing domestic violence, please engage the law enforcement agency in your area. That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for following us. And don't forget to also leave us a comment in the chat. Let us hear your perspective about this story. And don't forget to like, share, and
subscribe.
Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.